You heard Daniel say his children should be the one writing his obituary.
My children and grandchildren should be the one to write my obituary.
Okay, now listen now. Tell me, on what value is it to you? You're dead.
It is to them, it will be of value. For me, I've actually done what I have to do. So why writing the obituary? Obituary is what you write about your death now, not your living.
Okay. Now, obituary. Now, I'm going to post an article for you of what obituary means. I'm going to send it. I'll put it on the...
Maybe that will help change our mindset about obituary.
Yeah,
because the real explanation of...
No, but it's just a scripture is what you need. It's a scripture.
The real explanation of obituary is that Obi Atorigo. You know, he is off.
Okay, now listen. Now, obituary is a story of your life at the end, right? Now, it's important. I'm going to post articles for you on this and the WhatsApp group. Obituary is the story.
No, obituary is the notification that I'm. So the understanding I have about obituary is that it is the notification of my exit, my death. So when you hear obituary, it simply means the picture of this guy here is dead. And the date they will be burying him fixed. And possibly maybe the expression of, how do they normally put it? After brief or whatever, he went to be with the Lord, you know, with deep sense of sorrow. The rest of them. That's obituary. You're telling me, so maybe let's use another word for it, not obituary. Let me say legacy statement.
Pastor Dan,
legacy statement.
I think it's for many years back I used to preach that part of my obituary I said that I will have as in the epitome that realize a man who refused to give up even in his grave.
Did you hear what you call it? Epitaph.
That's what I used to say. But now I'm also changed because Pastor Dan, you didn't understand that. So let you say something. The way you are clean, it's not actually what obituary means.
I'm telling you what I have as an understanding of.
Okay, now listen. Now, okay, because of our time. Okay, because of our time, I
think we are really rounding up. So
pay attention. I'm going to post this article on screen. I'm going to post it for you to read completely. But I want you to observe here that what is an obituary? It's a message about the death of a person with a brief characteristic of his life. Okay, it is usually embodied in the form of a small memorial material, which is published in the media about the death of some recently deceased person. It is also frequent practice to place obituaries in institutions where the deceased worked, in some countries, or on the streets and public places. The main task of obituary is to notify the reader of the death of the person. At the same time, the obituary often contains descriptions of the deceased's life. That's the part I want to pay attention to.
That's not the way we see it here. So the obituary we normally have here.
It doesn't matter how you see it. I'm about to change the way you see it. That's what this course is about, to change the way you pay attention. We are not boxed into the way you see it. We're about to make you see it differently.
Yes, sir.
Pay attention.
Thank you, sir.
At the same time, the obituary contains some descriptions of the deceased person's life, his merits in society.
To society.
Yes, his merits to society, the causes of his death. Obituaries originate from the traditions of the ancient world to make speeches. Obituaries, read that again. Obituaries originate from the traditions of the ancient world to make speeches at the funeral and are based on the rhetorical rules of Dionysius from all those Greek names. And you read it, I'm not going to continue. But the main thing about obituary is that it's bringing out the life you've lived. It's a summary of the life.
Yes.
So the reason why you're going to write obituary, and you're going to write two of them. You're going to write, if you died today, what will be written about what have you lived, what your life, what the life you have lived. Because when death is coming, that is sure. And if we are wired to see our end from our beginning, why do you think that is so? Why do you think you are wired to be seeing the end when you are in the beginning? Why? Please answer that question. Why?
Is it right here, sir?
Yeah, answer me. Answer me
or
now.
in the form that we'll be having?
No. Answer me now.
Okay.
Why are you built with the capacity to see the end from the beginning? Lions don't do that. Elephants don't. Chicken don't. Cows don't. But no other creature does, except man.
Because we're created in God's image, sir.
Yes, I said except in the image of it. So why that? Why build that into you? Why? What for?
Because we need to reason like God. Because God sees the end from the beginning.
I think
would say
also
it is for us to order our steps.
Yeah.
To perfect our ways, to perfection.
Give our hearts wisdom.
So the reason for seeing the end is to order present action.
Okay.
Is to control present action. That's the reason for seeing the end. So the reason you're going to write your obituary, number one, you're going to write one of them that captures your life now, as you are now. If your life ended now, what will be written about you? And I'm going to also put examples, so you can see examples of people that have done what I'm telling you to do. I'm going to put examples so you can see. And then you're going to write a second one. Till you live 10 more years. Give yourself 10 years. You empty yourself in 10 years. Fully live out the reason you came to earth. You fulfill it perfectly well in 10 years. You've emptied yourself. So you're going to write a second obituary of what will now be said about you at the end of your 10th year from today. You're dead. And your children, like you said, they're going to write about your life. What would they write? So you're going to, these two things will be contrasted. What they will write today, your children, and they will write about you. If you die today, they will write. What will they write? And then 10 years time from today, based on the things you now know about your life, why you came to earth, and all the things that your life is built for, you embarked on them and fulfilled them. And your children are going to write your obituary again now. 10 years time, what would they write? Those are two things you want to do. Because, and then I'm going to show you an example of where this whole thing started, because it actually happened for real. Have you heard about Alfred Nobel? You know about Alfred Nobel? You know about the Nobel Prize?
Yes.
Have you heard about the Nobel Prize?
Yes, sir.
Do you know how it came about?
Yes, sir.
No, sir. I don't know how it came about, but I've heard about it.
Okay.
I don't know about him at all.
Okay, but you know that Nobel,
Nobel Peace Prize.
Nobel Peace Prize, Uche.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Maybe.
Showing won one in literature.
You know
Yes,
about
I've heard
you know about Wole Soyinka that he won Nobel Prize.
Yes, we know about that.
And that's what I'm talking about. That prize that Wole Soyinka won. Nelson Mandela won it. A number of people over the world every year. Every year.
Nelson Mandela Peace Prize, Martin Luther, several.
So Nobel Prize.
Win it.
No. Yeah, some of them. It's you read the story, even though people disputed it, and several people in if you go to more researches. But the thing is, one thing is clear that the shock, whether that's actually what happened or is because as I researched further and read more details, as I seen disputations that it didn't really happen that way. That happened some other way. I don't know how it happened. But the whole thing that came out, or rather what you see on the surface, they say that this guy was a merchant of arms. And his brother died in France. He's a Swiss citizen. His brother dies in France. And they published the name. They thought it was him. So what was published in the newspaper, it was named as Merchant of Death. He was making a lot of money from selling arms and manufacturing, invented a lot of arms. And so because he was named Merchant of Death, he didn't like that. He said, so that's what people think of me, because they thought he was one that died. And then he changed his mind and decided to start the Nobel Prize. That is turned 180 degrees round. That he doesn't want to be remembered as people that kill somebody who is a merchant of death, that he's the author of killing people on earth. That's not the way he wants to be remembered. So he started the opposite, to promoting peace among nations, and started that Nobel Prize, so that all his wealth he generated went into a trust fund that is now giving that to people that are promoting peace on earth. That's the way he wants to be remembered. So the father, while he was alive, he saw a picture of what his memory will be when he leaves. He didn't like it. He altered his way of functioning and created the kind of end he wanted. That's a capacity human beings have. And that's where we derive this practice. Write your obituary now. You never thought about it before. You never thought about it. So if you leave now, what will be your memory on earth? Even your children say, what would they write about you if they wrote about you that you died today? What would they write, Daniel? What would they write?
I've been given the whole thing has got my mind in a way, sir.
Yeah, so I want you to think about and write what you think they are going to write. Write it down yourself. And then have the opportunity, seize the opportunity of being a human being that can think. And now go forward 10 years' time. When you have now fulfilled all that you have discovered you are, you have discovered that you are supposed to take responsibility for your life success. That's what we spent time 2 weeks now talking about. Not only have you discovered who you are and what your life is wired for, you are supposed to exercise responsibility and make sure it happens. So we are saying next 10 years, you actually made it happen. And it happened, and then you dropped dead. Today is 14th of June, 2025. By 14th of June, 2035, Daniel is gone. What will be written concerning Daniel? Next 10 years. That's the second part of the obituary you're going to write. I don't know whether you have a question. Ask.
Well, this, just like you said, is a mind changer, a mindset, transformation. I wasn't really looking at myself to be occupied with what should be written about me by myself. I was thinking it's how the way I affected people, they are the one now to say those things about me. I think I have a biblical backing to that. It's not about what I think of myself or how I want it. It's left for the people, because no matter how good I am, there are people that will see the badness in me. There are people that will believe that I'm bad, because to them, they feel like I was bad. I didn't give in to whatever they believe. So I was thinking it's something that is left for the people out there to think about me or say about me. I'm now looking at it that it's something I myself must actually say too. I have the right to say what I want people to think about me. It's all right. It's really shaping mind and changing things for me.
Because the fact is that you are the one that creates what people will see. If you don't take responsibility to create it, they won't see it.
Yes. See, sir, there's one statement you made that is so striking in my life. You said it is not all about sermon, but it is all about legacy.
Yep.
And that is putting things into action is what matters. Yep. Not talking and talking. So I caught it, and actually I love it. So it is a motivating factor to me to do things that will be recorded for me, even if I'm the one writing or another person is writing about my obituary. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, remember, it's an assignment. I hope you remember it's an assignment.
Yes.
Writing
Yes, sir. Yes,
obituary
sir.
assignment. It's not if you whether you like it or not. You will write it too.
I have my own already. I
But,
have
sir,
You will
but, sir,
write that. You will write that obituary. That's good to say.
but there is something, sir, I really felt like also saying
I
here
have
before we all
my
go.
iron.
You just mentioned that it's not about sermon, it's about legacy. But there are people we are remembering today about, and what we're remembering about them is their sermons, sir. So what made their sermon different? That we are remembering them because of their sermon. Not necessarily because of a number of other things. It's mostly what they said with your very mouth. So that you get us right again, not thinking it's not about sermon. I believe that sermon is the way we preach about our life. I don't believe sermon is just you concocting Bible, words, and then passing it across to the people. That has nothing to do with your life. Because there are people who remember today based on their sermon. For what they preached still resounds. We quote them.
Okay, I'm sure we are not talking about sermons here. You express it the way it comes across to you. So that's not the main topic. The main topic is that your obituary. You're going to write your obituary. Write the way your life has impacted people today, the way you see it, the way you have taken responsibility for it, and it has happened, or the way you have not taken responsibility for it. Write it for you. You write it yourself. Then look forward next 10 years and express yourself the way you have taken responsibility and what has happened because of these past 10 years. So you know these are the things that you have taken responsibility and made happen through you on your earth before you leave. You were sent. You didn't just come here through yourself. You were sent. And you have been told, you read the Bible, you're a minister, you read the Bible, and you know that the Bible says you will give account. So I'm surprised you're not thinking about that. Asking you now, give account now. And you're saying, my children will give account. It's not your children that the Bible says will give account. It's you that will give account. I'm asking you now, because you are still breathing, you are still here. You haven't died. Better give account now. See what the account, look into the book now. That's what I'm actually asking you to do. Look into the book and see what is there now. Huh? And write what you would like to be there by the time you're leaving. And I said, imagine that you're living next 10 years. Plan your trip to the next 10 years. Okay, in your mind, planning that next 10 years I'm out. Therefore, since I have 10 years left, these are the things that I must be in there. I must put into my account before I leave. Because your children are going to write the more that comes to their head. And it doesn't matter what the children write, actually. It does not really matter what your children write. It's the thing in the account that it matters. That account, that's what you're going to carry to heaven. And you're a minister, and I know you believe the Bible. So I'm asking you to look into the account today. Please write down what you see in that account. That's the first assignment. Second assignment, write what you would like to be in that account next 10 years. Is that clear?
Yes,
Very
sir.
clear, sir.
Yes, sir.
But I will revisit this issue next meeting, sir. Not now, because time is fast spent.
I am finished for
Sir,
today.
are you saying that the
Thank you very much,
assignment
sir.
for today is writing the obituary as in for now and for future?
Yes.
What we want to be by 10 years' time and what we are presently.
Yes. You're going to, when you go to there and open the form 6.5, that is the form that will open. And you will see, write your personal obituary if you died today. You will see it there. So you have a space here to write it, describe. Like I said, I'll put the examples for you so you can see how other people have done it. So you can see, take a cue how to do it. Then, second one, write your personal obituary if you die 10 years from today. Write the second one, imagining your life in 10 years, such as you would like to see it in the prime of all your strength and abilities. Imagine that you have achieved everything just as you wanted planned and fully developed in all your gifts and abilities. In a word, imagine you are leaving this world completely empty. You are fully emptied into this world, all the treasures wired into you to release here. Give a clear idea of the level of influence on the surrounding people and the magnitude of the contribution that the deceased made to the development of human civilization. You are given an opportunity to decide how your life will be 10 years' time. Write it down.
Okay.
God bless you.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. It's another wonderful one. Thank you, Mommy Lorita.
God bless.
Thank you very much.
Daddy Bosky.
Yeah,
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Bye.
You came in